punish anyone who blocks my path.
The blood that flows through her veins is special, and extremely dangerous. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill her.
I'm glad you're okay. And you seem relatively unscathed. I'm so relieved.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play, what am I playing again? Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we went into another dimension full of scariness and dark, and came out with different colored hair. Do I have a, pink headband now? What is that? Why? Get pink off me.
What's more, Gerald's foe is dead. Though we took little satisfaction from it.
Yeah, I know, I was here.
Professor, I must ask, what happened after we were separated? You look different.
Yeah, she's wearing a pink head. What the hell is that? Did freaking, Sothis accessorize us while we were in there? Just give me powers, don't change my style.
The goddess appeared and gave you her power? It's as though the legend of old has been made flesh. It's hard to grasp, in all honesty. But having seen you pierce the sky with my own eyes, I find myself unable to doubt it.
It would be interesting if Larshi was trying to convince people of that, and she'd be like, okay, fine. Think of a number. And they'd be like, okay. I'm like, and she'd be like, is it 3? They're like, no, it was 7. And then she goes back in time, like, was it 7? She just does that a few times.
Yes, the legend of Saint Seros. It is said that she received a divine revelation from the goddess and was gifted with her power. Long ago, the goddess dispatched Seros to defeat an evil king who went mad with power.
His name was Nemesis.
Perhaps the goddess saw the goodness of Seros within you too, and wished to help you in your quest to defeat evil.
I mean, I think she just fell asleep, but that's just me.
If you're Seros, granted power by the goddess, then I suppose that makes me... never mind. I'm getting carried away.
He's trying to be Sethis. Sethis? Whatever his damn name is. What was that? Stop
Professor,
passing
what's
out
wrong?
all the time.
Are you asleep? What is happening these days? Well, it matters not. We must get you help, and fast.
Stupid sleepy protagonist.
Sorry, Professor, but I have no choice but to carry you back.
You bring me a blanket and a pillow and let me sleep here. This is totally a safe area.
In time's flow, see the glow of flames ever burning bright on the swift rivers drift, broken memories alight. Professor, you must remain still.
I mean, I'm not moving. That almost sounds like a threat where you wake up is like, don't move. Don't make a sound.
Everything is all right. There is no need to worry. Those who are trying to harm you are far away. How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever.
I hear that sentiment a lot. I've never wanted to stop time. Like, think of all the games that would never come out if time didn't move forward.
I wish I could hold on to this time we have stolen. That you and I could create a world without end.
Although it would be awesome if you could stop time and have payday just keep happening over and over and over again, but somehow the money stays in your account, so it just, you let payday repeat 52 times, then you just don't have to work for the rest of the year. You get a crappy job and just repeat payday a whole bunch.
I have heard whispers of what happened to you. Your appearance. You have received power from the goddess. From the moment you took hold of the sword of the Creator, I prayed that one day the radiant power of Sothis, which bathes Fodlan in its celestial light, might reside within you.
Well, you prayed correctly.
But you are so much more than the light. You are my...
And again, she doesn't...
Close your eyes, dear one. Sleep. Just a while longer.
It's interesting, the first time I saw the scene, I actually thought that she was going to say that I'm her daughter, or her son at the time. At this point, I think that I'm effectively her, like, counterpart. Because I feel like her hair is that color because she also received Sothis' power.
I will be watching over you. Always. Always and forever.
I know you don't. You're about to turn into a dragon and then get captured. Assuming this one plays out the same way, which it might not. But I feel like everything that happens before the time skip is still going to happen the same.
Part 1. White Clouds. Pegasus Moon. Throne of Knowledge.
This is the one I think I forgot about. Back when I go down underneath and they have me sit on the throne to try and get me taken care of. Taken over.
And frigid winds are carried across the sea to the south of Adrestia. When feather white snow falls on Fodlan's locket, the fort looks as delicate as a pearl. However, beneath that snowy blanket, her throat is more treacherous than ever.
Rhea, please, talk to me. What are you hiding?
She's hiding a lot of things, Sedith. She's always hiding a lot of
What
things.
is the meaning of how that one looks? It is almost as though...
As I said, there is nothing of which to speak. For now. At the end of this month...
I read Gerald's diary. I happened upon it in his room.
What?
Don't snoop, that's my job.
In it, he stated the reason for his departure. The baby, thought to have died in the fire, has returned to us. Gerald realized that you had done something to the child and decided to flee. What did you do to that baby, Rhea? Nothing questionable, I should hope.
I love it. I was like, what are you hiding from me? Okay, you won't tell me. I'll tell you what you're hiding from me.
Sedith, enough. They will be here shortly. No more, I beg of you. I will take our dear professor to the Holy Tomb. There, I should be able to see our dearest wishes to fruition. When I was young, I heard her voice there. I'm sure of it. You may enter.
Come in.
I have been awaiting your arrival, Professor. Now that you have received sacred power from the goddess, there is somewhere you must pay a visit to at once.
At once being in 28 days.
You must go to the Holy Tomb so that you may receive a divine revelation from the goddess.
The Holy Tomb is where the goddess sleeps. This monastery was originally built for the purpose of protecting that hallowed temple.
Only a select few know of it, but there is a legend about Seros and the Holy Tomb. Saint Seros, the first soul to be gifted power from the goddess, received her revelation there. She was told that it was her sacred duty to save the people of Fodlan, and that she must use her power wisely in order to lead them. The words that were handed down to Seros from the goddess will likely fall upon your ears as well.
Prepare yourself to go at once. There, may you find out why you were blessed with such power.
All right. Again, I love how he says at once, and we won't go there.
There will be a ceremony at the Holy Tomb. It is then that you will receive the goddess's revelation. You may share this mission with your students.
Because, of course, there will be random enemies that show up in the most sacred area and well-protected part of the monastery.
It is said that when Seiros received the revelation, she had holy warriors by her side protecting her.
And we don't want to use the Knights of Seiros, because that would be too good. Although, actually, I do feel like our students are better than most of the Knights of Seiros.
Your students, who have followed you and fought alongside you through the darkest of times, are well suited to stand by you for the ceremony. Of course, as the leader of the Church of Seiros, I will be by your side as well. The Holy Tomb is a sacred temple.
Yeah, both of those seem
from the
odd.
rest of the world. There is nothing to fear. Even if something were to happen, I am more than capable of protecting myself.
Much has changed, but your duty has not wavered.
Of course not. I'm not a waverer.
Steel your mind for the ceremony and prepare your students well.
I hate her little headband. Hates it. I don't need to give Hilda Charm.
Thank you.
I don't need to give him Charm either. I guess that would raise my Charm, so I probably should have done it. Whoops. Okay, so we'll definitely be enlightened.
A new path to tread.
Okay, I like that outfit better than I did the one on male Larshi or Varoth. Though it still looks goofy. And of course they still have to show off her midriff, don't they? What is her belt doing that high? That is not where you wear a belt. That's not a belt, that's the bottom part of a corset. I still hate her pantyhose, I guess you would call it. That's not even a legging. No. So, does anyone go to the point where they... So, you don't need that ever. Dedu, you are advanced. Dimitri, you're advanced. Felix is advanced. Sylvain is advanced. Mercedes is advanced. Annette is good. Ingrid is finally able to do something. You know what? Go ahead and get something, because that way you'll get a stat bonus, and you need something. I do want you to become a ranged person later. This will also mean until I get to level 30, I can actually put people with Ingrid, because she's the one holding a lot of people up.
I must continue to work hard.
Alright, and then Lysethia. How are you not available for an advanced class? I thought your reason was fine. That's confusing as heck. I definitely need to spend some time there because she needs to get moving. Like, that's not okay. I admit I changed her over to get ready to make her a Dark Knight, but I didn't think a reason would stop her from moving up. I obviously misjudged that one. Oh, that's sad that I can't hear Sothis' voice anymore. There's a lot of... I don't need that massive map. How do I get rid... There we go. I'm like, Jeebus! Jezbus!
Did anything else change besides your hair and eyes? Are your arms bigger? How do your abs look? Really? You gotta teach me how to do that.
Okay, so at this point, obviously we are going to... Hi. Work on the same things we always work on. Actually, what am I doing? We need to do supports. I'm wasting time. So I have some support conversations. Still can't do those. Petra's got one. Hello, Petra. Hiya.
Professor?
It's the middle of the day.
My apologies. I lost time while I was training. There are not many chances for real fighting here. My body is more weak than it was. Weaker, I mean.
Not many chances for fighting. Where have you been? What was your class doing? Admittedly, you're not in my class, so you should have gotten a mission every month. I was gonna say, admittedly, the people that join my class do kind of get left out because I prioritize my actual class members.
I will keep training now. I hope your night is good. I need to have more training. There are things that I have not done yet. Things that have to be done. For the future. I have to try with hardness. Training, studying, socializing. I will not always be having time to do those things.
Aw, poor Petra.
And speaking the language of Fodlan, I worry I will never be doing it just right.
I mean, I do agree, because they always have you talking like that. You never improve, despite the fact you've been, a year goes by.
Why? Because the position of Bridget is weak. Fodlan and Dagda are big. Bridget is a small island in the middle of them. Bridget has great beauty, but little power. We will not survive unless we get more strength. I will lead Bridget, and so I have responsibility. I have to have more strength than anyone.
That's a lot to put on your shoulders.
Having more strength than anyone might be impossible. But I have to give it my best try.
I mean, the strength of arms of an army is way better than any one person. You're a lot like Raphael, actually.
I am an ally of everyone, and I have belonging at the Officers' Academy. That is also why I try with hardness. You can always be counting on me.
Oh, I want to count you.
But you should know that one of these days will be when I return to Bridget. Before that day, do not try stopping me from trying. And please, keep watching over me.
I shall do so.
With you, I can try with more hardness than I could alone.
She's adorable. Okay, so that was the only Larcy one. And I'm assuming... Of course Petra doesn't have it. I don't have access to Petra. She's not in my army. Yet.
Your Highness, I've come to apologize.
Good, because you
I
are...
mismanaged my feelings and got carried away. I've been thinking about what might have made you say the things you did.
Good. Ingrid's one of the more interesting ones in the group because she has very, very strong feelings and it leads her to do things she regrets. A lot of the characters in this game, unfortunately, they have a caricature and and you learn why their character is the way it is, but they never break out of it. They never do things they don't mean to. They're always very deliberate. And I like that Ingrid isn't like that.
I was so caught up in the moment and in my own feelings that I didn't think of what yours might be.
No, I should be the one to apologize. I did not intend to say such things. I lashed out like a child. You were right to rebuke me.
Man, everyone's just so nice to each other and so willing to be at fault.
I am disgusted by my own inability to express myself. Will you...
Of course.
Oops, I didn't mean to cut him off.
At the tragedy of Dusker, I saw countless corpses. Of course, I saw his, too.
I am why? How did he survive the tragedy of Dusker? That is my big question that I don't ever think I fully understood. The best I've gotten is that from Felix's account was that the tragedy of Dusker was an attack on the royal family by the supposed Duskarians, although we know it wasn't the Duskarians. However, Dimitri and Felix and some of the other ones actually managed to kill off the attackers, or at least drive them off, because they talked about how he was just like a rampaging and just like cutting into people. I assume that was the tragedy of Dusker. I'm not positive. There could have been another event that Felix was at, and so was Dimitri.
Ingrid, I doubt you would have been able to see him. They were unable to bring his body back after all. He must have died an agonizing death full of pain and regret. That is what I saw on his face. In that wasteland, there were no beautiful, proud deaths that could have been written about in heroic tales. Not one. I do not want you to die a death like that. Not even for the sake of loyalty or duty.
Die a better death.
A king must at times order his soldiers and knights to fight and die on his behalf. Their lives must be used for the greater good. This is something any good king understands innately. Any king who doesn't allow people to die on his behalf is too soft to rule well.
You leave me little room for argument. Have I disappointed you?
No. I chose to serve you because of how you are.
Oh.
As your knight, I will stand by your side and uphold your soft-hearted ideals.
What has changed, Ingrid? You were so obstinate the other day.
I've realized that I haven't been facing a very important truth.
See, again, this is the part of the game that I really like, is that people do grow. Ingrid is growing a lot, and I'm here for it.
Because of you, I can finally move on. Thank you.
We don't know what the truth is. I guess that's the rank A. So Dimitri's got another one. Dimitri's got a lot. Holy crap. Dimitri getting it done.
Marianne?
Oh, Dimitri.
Oh, I'm sorry for disturbing your prayer.
There's no need to apologize. I just finished.
But apologize he will, because that's who Dimitri is.
I see. What were you praying for?
World peace.
I was simply asking the goddess for forgiveness.
Forgiveness? For what?
I put our soldiers in danger during the recent battle.
What matters is that they came back safely in the end. You shouldn't blame yourself for that.
It's true, but you were injured when you came to our aid.
That? It was just a scratch. A small price to pay for your safety.
I love how she's praying because of a recent battle which she's never been in. I don't know, I may have had her as a support at one point.
But
I would never regret helping an ally, even if it meant losing my own life.
no, that's wrong.
How so?
It's just all wrong.
Your life is more important than mine because I have very, very low self-confidence.
You have my thanks for helping in the battle, Dimitri. But I'm afraid I have to ask that you keep your distance from me.
Is that so?
Yes.
Aw, Marianne.
Forgive me, but I will be there for you. Whether you want me to or not.
I'm sorry.
Alright, and then the last one is Flane level B. Flane's actually moving pretty well right here.
Why are you out and about so late, Dimitri?
Because he wants to.
Ah, hello, Flane. I could ask you the same thing.
Me? I was feeling restless and came here to think.
I see. I'm here for the same reason.
How funny. But are you feeling well? You look fairly pale.
It's nothing. I just have a bit of a headache.
Interesting. I guess headaches could make you pale. I'm not a pharmacist.
Oh my. Headaches are quite troublesome, are they not? I am sure it will subside soon.
It depends on what causes the headache.
Actually, I am quite talented when it comes to healing magic. If you will allow me, I will have you feeling better in no time.
That's kind of you, but I'm fine.
But why not? Have I offended you somehow?
You're a girl. You have cooties.
This headache is something I've dealt with for a while now. Ever since my family and friends were murdered.
Oh, does Dimitri actually consider the pain of the headache to be a type of penalty that he doesn't want to be rid of?
I must never forget that day. I must never allow their deaths to be forgotten. I feel this headache as a reminder of sorts. Of those I failed to protect. And of their murderers who still roam free.
Okay, so clearly it was not that Dimitri and Felix staged a counteroffensive and killed them. So I guess Dimitri must have been not actually there and came across the scene later.
I see. That would explain your somber demeanor. Still, I do not agree with all you are saying. I feel that if I were your father or any of your dear friends whom you lost, I would want you to let go of me eventually. I would never want someone whom I care deeply for to be pained by the loss of me for eternity. And I doubt they would want that either.
Perhaps. Unfortunately, they have left this world, so I can no longer ask their preference.
We cannot ask them directly, but we can imagine how they might have felt. You know who they were as people. As for me, if I am ever to be but a memory in your future, I want you to remember me in a way that brings you joy. I would want you to smile when you recalled me, to feel warmed by the notion that I cherished your company.
Aww.
I cannot imagine I am the only one who feels this way. Surely, anyone who loved another would wish only for their peace and happiness. I must apologize. I was out of line, clearly.
Oh, you're fine, Flame. Stop apologizing all the time.
I must get some rest now. Please do not stay up too late yourself.
Good night, Flane. And... thank you.
Alright. Well, that was awesome. Okay, so I'm assuming Flame does not have another one, and neither does Marianne. So we'll just move down to Sylvain. Who does Sylvain get to flirt with? Manuela. Oh, that'll be interesting. And that looks like the only one. Alright.
I must admit that Sylvain is quite handsome. And it doesn't hurt that he's heir to a noble family. I could get used to that kind of life.
I do not think Sylvain and her will work out.
The age difference bothers me a bit, but I'm sure it would be fine after a few years. At first, it was hard to imagine myself with him. But now that I've thought about it, maybe...
I'm surprised she's talking about all this in, plain view of everything.
Speak of the devil. I think that's him over there.
What a jerk. He was playing around with me that whole time.
You know, you're a good catch. It's a shame that you've had no luck with men. You need a guy like me. Somebody who sees your beauty and appreciates how tender you are, emotionally, and how much love you have to give.
What? No way. What are you saying? Can't even tell if you're being honest.
I think this is, Leonie's voice actress. Or maybe Annette's.
Do I look dishonest? Are these the eyes of a guy who's just playing around?
No, I suppose not.
Annette's.
Would you like to go somewhere a little more quiet?
As long as it's just the two of us, and the only subject is love, I'll follow you anywhere.
Okay, that was just repulsive. He is insincerity personified. No way I'd ever fall for that. He is handsome and does come from good stock. But no, I can't imagine we'd have a bright future together. I suppose the goddess does not give with both hands, does she? Wait, would that mean, because of my looks and my singing voice, that I'll never find true love?
I don't think that's how that works, Manuela.
Please, goddess, I'm begging you.
Although the way that you date and drink, maybe. Alright, and is it Annette and Lysithea? I almost said Lorshi. That would not be correct. Oh, hey, they're up to rank B.
Oh, you're still here? Lysithea, hi. Did you forget something? I did. What are you reading?
Words.
Just something I found. Though there are things in here I don't quite get. Is that the Compendium of Light and Dark? It is! Amazing how you could tell that just from a glance at the cover. I've read it so many times, I have nearly the entire thing memorized.
Wow. For someone that is so impatient to get stronger, I'm surprised you spent time rereading something.
That said, it does seem to take liberties with some topics, so be aware of that while you're reading it. Wait, really? Yikes. Thanks for the warning. You've got quite the stack of books here for only wanting to brush up on one thing. I knew you were a hard worker, Annette. No, not as much as some people. Oh, sorry. There I go again.
Yeah, not as much as Cyril, to be sure.
It's alright. In getting to know you, I've taken some time to self-reflect. I used to think that I worked harder than anyone. But I'm not so sure anymore. I have to work even harder to keep pace with you.
Hopefully neither of them get to know Cyril.
Oh no! But then I'll have to work extra hard to keep up with you! Well, if you work extra hard, I'll need to work super duper extra hard!
Can't you just be study buddies and call it a day?
Oh, come on! Fine. Super duper quadruple extra hard it is!
This is a very immature conversation for these two.
Okay, that's enough. We could do this forever, but we've got better things to do. Sorry. It's fun to see you get carried away like that, though. I'm glad we had this chat. I feel excited to continue working super duper extra hard now.
God damn it.
I'm lucky to have someone like you around to inspire me. I feel the same. I'll do my best to keep pace with you. Why are you smiling?
Why not?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking about how nice it is that we can motivate each other like this. It is nice, isn't it? But I still intend to surpass you. Nuh-uh, I'm gonna surpass you. But before that, could you explain this part of the book to me?
Good question, double eyebrows.
I'm not quite sure how someone of your caliber is struggling with this one, but let me break it down for you.
Alright. And that goes with that. Interesting. How does Rhea get points? And also Alois. Alois has points with a lot of people, but I've never been able to recruit him. So that's slightly confusing, but okay, whatever. Whatever.
Yes?
With that, I'll go ahead and end this episode. As always, I will see you... I assume at the end of the month. I didn't actually check to see if there were any more paralog battles. But regardless, I will see you then, and it will be awesome.
Yes?